So like I said, this is a little bit of cooking content. I'm making Mapo Tofu. Mapo Tofu, it's like a Chinese hot, sour kind of stew. And I'm gonna be putting it on top of udon, so I'm gonna be making it a little bit more gravy-like. So yeah, should be good. Here we go. So first things first, I'm gonna have a little onion right here as a base flavor. So what I like to do is I like to cut the top off, right there. Take that off. Yeah, I only need to use half, so I'm gonna discard this. And I'm gonna refrigerate this half right here. I'm using udon noodles, so I have the water boiling behind me. You might not be able to see it. Full disclosure, I washed my hands before doing all this, so make sure your hands are washed and ready to go. Also, little tip, you leave the back end here. You may not cry nearly as much when you chopping everything up. Yeah, that good stuff. We're left with just the butt, so we don't want that part. Nice and easy. Also got ground beef that's been defrosting. But yeah, the onions are gonna act as kind of like the base of my flavor. So yeah, we're gonna go to the stove. So now we're at the stove. Hopefully you get a view of it. Pot of boiling water. Teflon Don, little non-stick pan. So first and foremost, I want to build like the base layer of my flavor for the Mapo Tofu. So I'll line this up with sesame oil. Let that heat up, come to temperature. Got pink Himalayan sea salt, white pepper, some gochugaru, and there's going to be like a liquid element to this as well. So because I want this guy a little bit more runny than usual, I'm going to try and thin it out with some chicken stock. And I'm going to show you a secret to making it a little bit more thicker. So, number one, we're going to put the onions. Onions are in because it's non-stick. Never use metal in a non-stick pan. And now we're just going to spread this around. I got this on a high heat, but I might bring it down just a touch because I don't want the onions to burn. Leave it. So we're gonna hit it with some salt first, then to add some color on the base, just an amount of Korean red pepper powder, gochugaru. So as you can see, sorry, getting that red color. If only you guys could smell this. I'm not going to be putting a lot of oil on this as well, specifically because when I put the ground beef in here, it's going to get even more oily because the ground beef I have is like an 80-20. Alright, so for the ground beef, you don't want to just put it in one chunk. I'm going to wash my hands again. Make sure you spread it kind of out evenly. So in order to do that, rice cooker on? No, rice cooker's not on. I'm gonna use my hands to kind of evenly distribute that beef. Oh man, that. And start breaking the meat down. As you already see, there's a nice red color from the gochugaru already happening. I'm pretty sure if someone looks up this recipe, they're going to tell me, oh, it's not Mapo Tofu because it's missing X, Y, and Z. But you know what? It still tastes good. So that's going to be the main component. Now I'm going to put this on a really high heat. So that red not only are we gonna brown the meat, those red onion, or the red onions with the powder are going to really help invest or implant that flavor into the ground beef because we're already cooking with that. I did put some salt on those onion already, but I'm going to put a little bit more salt on here. Yeah, to get this cooked fully to kind of where I want it, it's probably gonna take about 15 minutes, so I'll see you back soon. All right, so right now I've got the ground beef cooking. So while that's cooking, here's the tofu element of the Mapo Tofu. Usually you would go with a soft tofu. Sometimes I like having, this is a soft tofu, but it's not like a silken tofu. So it's got a little bit more texture. So yeah, we're gonna cut this up and get it ready. Now we're just gonna cube it. Just gonna cube cut it. I was thinking about cutting it into long strips, but we're gonna go ahead and just cube cut it. So we're gonna cut long strips this way. Yeah, because this is a little bit of a firmer, soft, I can kind of handle it in this manner. Cut it down the center. Bring it back. So 4s and just cut right down this tofu so it's nice and easy. Then you end up with this nice block of tofu. I'm just gonna put this here, flip it over, and then have it ready to flip over there. Our meat is starting to cook and come on really nicely. What I went ahead and done is add a little bit more of that Korean red pepper powder, that gochugaru, just to add a little bit more color to the meat. So that way, when I put in like the soy sauce and my little mixture of stuff to add a little bit more flavor, then it's gonna have that base flavor to go off from. Right now, there's not a lot of liquid, which is good. A lot of the fat has dissipated, so right now is a good time for me to put in garlic. Pass as many judgments as you like, but I like things fast. Usually I like to cut my own garlic, but today we're feeling lazy, so we're just gonna go with a big spoonful of the garlic in a jar. Sue me. I'm gonna mix this up. The reason why I'm doing it now, as opposed to when I first started cooking it, is because I don't want this garlic to burn. And right now we've already built up the layer with the onion, the red pepper powder, the beef with salt and pepper, or no, just salt and a little bit more of that red pepper powder. So yeah, it's gonna help enhance and intensify it. So the liquid is really just acting as a vessel to help make it easy to put this on top of noodles, which is where this is ultimately going to end up. Ooh, it smells so good. I know it was already hot, but we're gonna add some white pepper. I like the way that white pepper tastes on Asian food particularly. So now, I'm gonna go in with my liquid. So this is a little bit of chicken broth, again, because I want it a little bit saucy. So I got, I don't know how much was left, but this is round about a little over half a cup. Should I round it up to make it a full cup? I'm gonna put soy sauce, so half and half. Add a little bit of that Korean red pepper powder to this liquid mixture, just to taste, you know. So we have our mixture here. We'll stir it up. Now we're going to just get it in. Right now you see really soupy, whatever else, we're gonna put a cornstarch slurry together and then put that in, and that's gonna kind of change the way and the complexion. Also now, I'm gonna put in the tofu, which we've cut into blocks. Right there, boom. Nice, we're gonna spread the love a little bit here. There we go. That's looking better. soup, but I want enough liquid to have everything relatively submerged. Okay, we're gonna bring this to the boil, and I'm gonna show you the trick to make it thicker. Okay, so to a 1/3 cup of water, I'm gonna go ahead and add some cornstarch. This is what they call a cornstarch slurry. A lot of Asian restaurants use this technique to make their sauces thicker. You know, so if you ever had something with like a thick sauce that felt kind of like jello-y, this is how they did it. So I'm gonna do, this is a 1/3 cup of water. So I'm gonna do 2 big spoons of cornstarch. 2 big spoons of cornstarch. Now, when you throw this in here, the powder is going to make your sauce look a little bit brighter, but don't fret. That's what it's supposed to do. So once I get this nice and mixed, I'm gonna bring the heat up to high again. And now we're just going to dump that in there. Now what's gonna happen is as that heat goes up, you're gonna see this sauce almost in an instant get nice and super duper thick, just like you're seeing it right here. Another taste. There it is. There you have it. There's the sauce. Got the water boiling. So we're gonna put the noodles together and make it one cohesive Mapo Udon dish. Stay tuned. Alright, so now we're gonna get into the plating. So we're gonna put our udon. That's my kitchen timer. There's one portion. Okay, I made 4 of those noodle packs, which is supposed to be 4 servings. So 1 serving each, and 2 servings for like a lunch. So I'm gonna put a little bit of the starchy water here. And then I'm just gonna pour 1. And 2 right on top. To finish it up, a little bit of sesame seeds, and this right here is our completed dish, Mapo Udon.